today we're going to talk about the pillars of a nikah contract. What is mandatory to be in the marriage contract, and the conditions and the sunan. Something really important to discuss and to understand, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala named this contract al-mithaq al-ghalidh wa akhadna minkum mithaqan ghalidha, a heavy contract, a great contract, the greatest contract, right? The first and the most main pillar of marriage is al-ijab wal-qabul, the offer and the acceptance. That's the main pillar. Okay, they must agree upon the nikah. The offer is to say, I marry my daughter to you, and the other side say, I accept that, or I accept to marry your daughter. That's al-ijab and al-qabul. Al-ijab, the offer, could be from the guardian of the woman, okay, or from the suitor, or the other side, the man. He can say, I want to marry your daughter, and the other side say, I agree, I marry you to my daughter. And some scholars, they said it should be by one of two things. It should be done by one of two things. Nakahtu aw zawwajtu. Okay, it should be by this word, marry. I marry you to my daughter. You must use this word, marriage. Okay, some scholars, they said it should be done with that, and some of them, they said it shouldn't. Okay, by any formula, by any words that people use, that people understand from it, it's marriage. Like what? Like sitting together, and all people, they come to witness the nikah, and the guardian say, we agree to take our daughter to your family, to your house, to live together. We understand that's the words that we use for marriage. If that's what people use and people understand, oh, Allahu Akbar, congratulations, khalas, okay? So it shouldn't, or it's not mandatory that we choose the other opinion. Okay, and that's the madhab of Abu Hanifa and most of Malikis. The second one, that's the madhab of Abu Hanifa, most of Malikis, and some Hanbali, and that's the opinion of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. He said, by any words that people use for marriage, by any words people understand it's a nikah. For example, take, give, live, whatever. In some tribes in Africa, the guardian go to the groom and put something over his head. That's the sign of accepting the nikah. We accepted you to take our daughter as your wife. Just putting these things over the head. Okay. And is it mandatory to repeat the word marriage? For example, we say, زوجتك ابنتي قبلت الزواج. Both of them, they use the word marriage, marry. Okay, according to the majority of the scholars, it's not mandatory to repeat the same word. So, for example, I say, I marry you to my daughter. You said, agree. That's what you said, agree. Okay, some scholars, they said, no, he must say, I agree to marry your daughter. Got it? But it's not mandatory. That's the opinion of the majority of the scholars, the Hanafi and Maliki and Hanbali. And by four madhahib, the offer and the acceptance must be done in the same sitting. The same sitting. Can I marry, can I ask the hands of your daughter? Agree. خلاص. The same sitting. Okay, let me think about it. After a few days, agree. No. It should be done, the offer and the acceptance in the same sitting. Okay. And by four madhahib, it cannot be associated with something in the future. Okay, for example, when I say to you, at the first day of Ramadan, consider my daughter as your wife. Well, what is this? Sorry. We don't accept that. Come at the first day of Ramadan, sit together and do the nikah contract. But it couldn't be done or connected with something in the future. When someone came from the travel, consider my daughter as your wife. Sorry. Islamically, this is wrong and this nikah is invalid. It's not a nikah. Okay. Very important topic here. Can the nikah be done through the internet?
What?
Internet, by internet, Facebook or Google Meet or phone or video call. Witness and people and everything. Can we do the nikah? Many scholars, recent scholars, they said no, we cannot do that. Okay, why? Because they said it's a heavy contract. Any other contract, we can do it through the internet. But when it comes to nikah, sorry, because we must preserve the dignity of marriage. We must preserve the dignity of marriage and the dignity of the nikah contract. But, okay, I'll give you the good news. But many scholars, and I chose the second opinion, yes, as long as you guarantee there is no deception, there is no manipulation, there is nothing wrong, okay? Because nowadays, through AI or through, they can imitate the voice, they can imitate the picture, the image, a lot of things could be done through the AI. So be careful. If you guarantee, yes, I know that man, and through face call or video call or something, and alhamdulillah, everything is okay, yes, you can do it. Especially for a necessity. Especially for a necessity. If there is no necessity, don't do it. But when it comes to divorce, it's a different issue, right? If someone said to his wife through the phone, أنت طالق, you're divorced. خلاص, it's done. Okay, we cannot say, no, don't consider that. People are gonna play with that. Every time someone wants to divorce on phone, you're divorced, and it doesn't count. So, got it? For divorce, it's different. Yes, it's accepted. Okay. For those who cannot speak, like deaf, how do they get married? Shake hands?
No,
Head. By writing? By any sign. By any sign. If they can write, okay. If they can say sign by their head, yes, agree, okay. Would you like to marry this woman? Like that, خلاص. Alhamdulillah. Okay. For someone who can speak, what do you think of someone who can speak but he used the sign instead of speaking? For example, I want to marry you to my daughter. Thanks. Okay, but he didn't say agree. He didn't say it clearly. But yes, he made a sign. All of us understand from his sign. He accepted. Okay, thanks. I really appreciate it. Something like that. He didn't say agree, or he just use his head. Or the tribe that I told you about in Africa, they put just something over that. This is the sign we accepted that man. Or he speak heavily, someone who is sick, and he is the guardian. And we came to him saying, oh man, we know you're sick, but do you agree that man to be the husband of your daughter? Okay, and he said, okay. He said, means no. I think in India that means yes. When they do like that,
no.
It means yes in India.
No, this means this means no.
Well, this is yes?
Yeah.
Okay. We say, he meant like that? I know it's very hard. No, man. Whatever. If he said yes, any sign, he accepted the nikah, yes, we consider that. What do you think of nikah done only by contract? You know, they wrote a paper,
For 1 month.
and both of them, the guardian and all of them, they signed the paper without saying anything. Just a paper, and all of them, they signed the paper.
Without nothing, just
Yes. Just the contract. They wrote the contract and they signed the contract.
You got us this.
For example, you know, most of people, they do that. They sign the contract, then they go to masjid to announce the nikah. Do we consider that nikah, or they must announce it and say it by their tongue? What do you think of this period? So today we make the contract, and tomorrow or next week we will go to the masjid and everyone will pronounce, will say. What do you think of that week?
Not bad.
The masjid is valid?
The masjid?
At the masjid is valid?
No, I'm not talking about masjid. I'm talking about the speech. They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything, just writing. Do we consider that nikah?
No.
No,
What do you think?
that's the same setting. Yeah.
The same selling, oh, the same selling. They wrote the paper and they signed the paper.
You have to read it or sign it, accept it.
Naam?
I think it's valid after they verbally express it, so that everybody hears that, yes, it's been communicated.
Okay. Yes, it's valid according to Hanafi school and some scholars. Most of the scholars nowadays, they don't consider it. The majority, they don't consider it. But according to Hanafi school and some other scholars, they said, yes, it's valid. Because I just told you about making the nikah by a sign. Just by sign. What do you think of a contract? It's not a sign, that's a clear nikah. This man will marry this woman, and the witnesses is so and so, and the dowry is this amount. Everything is written in the paper. Yes, agree, and this is my signature, and the footprint and everything. Not just the finger, the footprint. Okay? Yes, it is valid. Okay. التوكيل, this is really important. To assign someone, okay, to be your representative or as proxy. So you won't be there. Is it okay? Is that accepted? So I want to marry a woman, and I said to Dr. Tebo, please, you are my proxy. You say proxy or so what?
Yeah.
Okay, you're my proxy. Go please and do the nikah. You're gonna go there, and the man will say, I marry my daughter to this man, Mustafa. Dr. Tebo, I accept that as the proxy of Mustafa. I accept that. What do you think of this nikah?
Can you have a witness?
Witnesses and guardian, everything.
But you didn't give him permission to do it.
You gave him permission.
It's valid.
You weren't here when I gave him permission. Just
So yeah, it's valid.
it is.
Sounds like it's valid.
That's how the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam married Habiba. Habiba Ramla bint Abi Sufyan. She married عبيد الله بن جحش, and he was Jahsh. Okay, Jahsh means a small donkey, and he was because subhanallah, wallahi al-hidayah in the hand of Allah. He migrated from Mecca to Abyssinia with her, was Muslim, but he left his religion over there and he became a polytheist, or he became Christian. And he left the Islam, and she became there without anyone, and no husband. Once the Messenger of Allah heard that, he sent a message to An-Najashi, the king of Abyssinia, asking him to marry Habiba to him, to the Messenger of Allah. So he was the proxy of the Messenger of Allah. Got it? So yes, that's okay. And even for the wilaya, we're going to talk about that. You are the guardian of your daughter. Can you ask your brother to do the contract? To be her guardian? He's going to sit there while you're sitting, and you give him?
If she accepted it, yeah.
No, that's his right. She has already accepted the nikah, the man. It's not her job to choose the guardian, as long as she has a father. She doesn't have father, this is different. We're going to talk about it inshallah. But the father is here, and they're sitting at the masjid. And in some customs, some tribes, some culture, the chief or the head, the leader of the tribe is the one who do all the nikah contract.
Honors, yeah.
Even here.
So,
Yes, it's valid.
is it valid?
Is it?
Of course. Yes, it is. It is valid.
Exactly.
And you know, some Islamic rules will be based on that. For example, can he talk to her?
Yeah.
Saying some nice words to her? If we say she's still a foreign woman, he cannot say anything. Right? He can't say these things. He must respect himself. But once we say she's your wife, خلاص. This is different now, and there is no halal, no haram on him to talk to her, to see each other, video call, to talk day and night. خلاص, she's his wife. Got it? And why we say it's valid? Imagine if she decided to marry someone else. What about this contract? No, Islamically it's not considered. No, it is. You must assign and appoint the daughter. For example, can I marry your daughter? You say yes, of course, I agree. Well, which one? You have many. Which one? Okay, so can I marry your daughter Fatima? So you say agree. Khalas, we said the word. Okay, and then can one person be the wali, the guardian of both sides, men and women? And it could be the head of the tribe, as we said, the chief of the tribe, the leader, or the grandfather. The grandfather, I marry my son to my daughter from two sons. Good question, right? And you know the answer is going to be tomorrow, inshallah. Okay. جزاكم. بارك الله فيك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.